recording. DERRICA, it's really nice to finally meet you. I've spoken to Natalie a few, for a few minutes the other day, and just try to catch up and everything. First, I want to thank you, ladies, for joining me, because let me tell you, I know we have 30 minutes, and I'm not even going to slow you down. So, hello, everyone. Stephanie of Melanin Power. I'm here with the co-founders and CEO of the Black and Missing Foundation, DERRICA and Natalie Wilson. Now, I must say, if you don't already know about this foundation, it's time that you do. So let's jump right in, because they're on a tight schedule, and I don't want to slow them down. I'm truly honored, and I'm excited to speak with you both. Now, this question is for CEO and founder DERRICA Wilson. DERRICA, you are a part of this phenomenal duo. Your face has been seen around the world. We're talking about CNN, Good Morning America, The View, just to name a few, and now Melanin Power. Thank you for joining me. So what was the drive, or should I say the inspiration, behind forming the Black and Missing Foundation?
So thank you again for having us. Natalie and I have been sounding the alarm for nearly 14 years about our community going missing at an alarming rate. The inspiration behind the Black and Missing Foundation was a young lady by the name of Tamika Houston. She went missing from my hometown of Spartanburg, South Carolina. And despite the fact that her aunt worked in media relations, the same background as Natalie, she really struggled to garner mainstream media. And about a year later, Natalie Holloway went missing, and me saying her name alone, people can recognize the name Natalie Holloway. And so we decided to do some research to see if this really is an issue that's impacting our community. My background is law enforcement, Natalie's background is public relations, and those are the two critical professions needed in finding our name. So we decided to channel our professions to help our community, because if not us, who? And when we started the organization in 2008, 30% of missing persons in the United States were persons of color. And sadly, that number has increased to 40%. So we are actually the fire starters to bring awareness to this issue, but that really is the inspiration. And the motivation is these families need us, and we have to keep going and keep fighting for these families that we serve.
And I was listening to you on an interview that you were doing, and you were so correct in saying that just because you're a runaway, you're still missing. They label us as runaways, and we're still missing. We're missing. So labeling us as runaways, as if, well, she just ran away, we don't need to search for her. And the fact that it doesn't come across most of these officers' desks or the police station's desk, it just blew me away. Okay, it just blew me away. So now, Natalie, you are the other half of this remarkable duo, COO and co-founder. You have been featured on Oprah Daily, New York Times, Huffington Post. I mean, that's just a few. I'm so excited to speak with you again. I saw your humble character on CNN, and this foundation touched me to the core. I have to believe that a mission such as this requires a great deal of compassion and dignity. How does one prepare oneself to mentally and physically for such a task at hand?
Stephanie, good morning. I don't think you can really prepare for it. You just have to, think about it this way. It could be your loved one, or it could be you that's missing, and you would want someone to go out there and search for you. Awareness is key. And going back to your question to DERRICA, also, we want our missing to be household names as well. And that's the problem. Our community, they aren't aware that this is an issue. And with media coverage, it can greater the chance of someone being recovered, but most importantly, it puts pressure on law enforcement to add resources to the case so that we care about it. But we all have a responsibility. Our community, we need to speak up. And we can't just say, well, you know what, I don't know this missing person. It doesn't affect me personally. You have to be able to do something. We all have a resource. We say all the time, be our digital milk carton. So help these cases go viral, because again, someone knows something, and we have to show compassion and empathy for these families because we're meeting them at the worst point in their lives. And when we first started the organization, I remember a mother coming to us. Her daughter is missing out of St. Louis, and she couldn't get media coverage. And we've been able to have media partnerships, media coverage for these families that they would not have gotten, like you mentioned, Oxygen, CNN, all of,
Yes.
all of the local and national talk shows. So, and media partnerships. So we all play a role in, finding our missing.
Yes, you're absolutely correct because, the mainstream media does not focus on the Black and missing, okay? So we have to take it upon ourselves. For everyone, be your sister's keeper, your brother's keeper, everyone, it takes a village, so everyone has to get involved in this Black, and Missing Foundation. Everyone has to get involved because I know someone that's missing. You know someone that's missing. She knows someone that's missing. Everyone knows someone that's missing, and they're not all runaways. They're, even if they ran away, you know what? They're missing. And I am so honored you both of you decided to take this task on. It's a rough road. I'm telling you. You guys are on a journey here that's leaving me speechless. So I know you did a let's talk a little bit about the HBO docuseries Black and Missing, how it became the winner of the NAACP Image Awards for Outstanding Directing. I saw that Soledad O'Brien was the executive director on that. Am I correct with that?
She's the executive producer on it,
Mm-hmm.
and she had an amazing team, mostly of Black women.
Of course.
And we're so grateful that she saw us, I believe it was at Black Girls Rock, and she wanted to use her platform and come alongside us to show the challenges that not only these families face, but we face with law enforcement and media coverage. So it was, a great experience, and it's really receptive by the community, and which resulted in these two awards, the Spirit Awards and the NAACP Awards. So we're grateful that people are taking notice and they want to make a difference.
That is, DERRICA, is there anything else you want to add to that? Because I mean, this is huge. For anyone that haven't seen the docuseries, you guys need, if you haven't heard of the Black and Missing Foundation, you've been in quarantine for way too long. Telling you, because this foundation means so much to us. We really need to get on board, support, and just spread the word about this foundation. So what's next for what's next? No, let me just jump on this first. Let's talk a little about the 5K run. Listen, everyone. I registered and I live in Florida.
Yay!
All right. So it's the cause for me. You know what I'm saying? It's the cause for me. So if I can register and I live in Florida, the event is in Maryland, but you know what? Support anyway, because this is how the foundation runs. So again, let's talk a little bit about the 5K run walk. Either one.
Okay. Okay. Well, can I go back for just one second to answer your other question about the docuseries? Again, thank you for highlighting it. And we certainly encourage everyone out there to go to HBO Max, watch the documentary. It really gives a bird's eye view into the pandemic of missing persons of color, what these families are going through, because at the end of the docuseries, what we are hoping that it instills in our community is that change that's needed, with law enforcement to address these cases properly, to create those units within the police department that has the same amount of resources as dedicated to those homicide units, for our media partners to understand that these are mothers, fathers, brothers, sisters, sons, daughters, and they matter. And then for our community to see something, say something, because these families are desperate. But even more importantly, it gives you a glimpse into the reasons why people are going missing. And if we can come in from a proactive approach, I think that we will be better off as a society. So understanding the reasons why people go missing can prevent them from going missing. So again, the docuseries gives you a glimpse into all of that. And yes, to the 5K. Thank you.
Know what? I'm going to jump in before we jump to the 5K because the foundation is so near and dear to my heart. And from the And it's funny because I didn't know about it until I saw the CNN special. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know about it. So it really, and I mean, and I sincerely mean it, that it touched me to the core that so many Black people are missing. You know what I'm saying? And we don't hear about it. So it's something that it's like, you know, it's embedded in my head now that, wait, there's a foundation that's really, you know, working, trying to get closures for these families. And though it might not be the closure that a lot of families might want or need, it has to take a toll on you ladies to bring excited news back, and also to bring, you know, the news that so many of us does not want to hear. How does that, I mean, and I know I asked you, how do you prepare yourself? And there's no way to prepare yourself, but it has to take a toll at some point, you know, for either one of you to bring news or closures like that to families. How do you handle, how do you, do you take that home with you? You know, is that something that you take home with you?
Well, these families really become our families. You know, we want to protect them, we want to help them, but most importantly, we want them to get the answers that they deserve. And it may not be, you know, a good story. We, you know, may have found their missing loved one deceased, you know, but at least they have answers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's a tough job, but again, we have to keep going, because when there's a good news story, we found some, and to
Yeah.
see the smile on a family member's face,
Yeah.
know
Yeah.
that they sleep at night, or they can just, you know, sigh with relief. Does it affect us personally? Absolutely, it does. But, you know, we dig deep. I have to step away sometimes, listen to Soka, listen to Marshall, and just
Just
regroup, you know, get grounded, and, you know, just get back in, because I know that this work is needed. And if I don't do it, if DERRICA doesn't do it, who will? And these families are relying on us. And how dare we give up on them?
yeah.
You know, sometimes we're the only hope that they have. So we
Yeah.
have to keep going.
Yeah. That's so that's
Stephanie, if I may, if I may add just to what Natalie said, this is
Mhm.
so much bigger than us. You know, we are on assignment, and you know, this is a labor of love. And for us to be able to be so giving of ourselves, and for our families to be so supportive
Mhm.
of our commitment to these families, is also, you know, our driving force that keeps us going.
Yeah, yeah. But you have to have that character, that you know, that soul, that physical being to want to do this. You know what I'm saying? You don't just
Hmm.
jump into this. This is something that has to be embedded in your spirit, in your character, in your, you know, in your journey. This has to be something that, it's a gift that you guys acquired, that leaves me speechless, because I mean, I don't know if I can do it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I can do it. And I'm a Christian to heart, you know, but I just don't know. But I'm grateful and I'm thankful for such a duo like you, because let me tell you, you girls are truly Black girls that rock. Okay? You girls are truly Black girls that
Thank
rock.
you.
So
But
we're going
Stephanie, you are doing it. You're using your platform to talk about the issue.
Yes.
So I know that you're,
Yes.
may not be in the trenches, but you're telling your audience about this issue. Again, it takes community involvement, and awareness is key. It's sad that people don't know about this issue, and they think that sex trafficking is happening abroad. You're in Florida. How many people helped Amaya Makano's family search for her? You
oh,
know, that was a devastating
yeah,
story. And so
yeah.
many Mayas around the country,
Mm-hmm.
are actually around the world. We are seeing in our Caribbean nations, this is an issue there too. So let's do something. We all have
Yes.
the resources, we all have the power to do something. So let's use our platform to do that.
Absolutely right. You're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. So we're going to move on to a little more of a happier, you know, topic about 5K run. Because how do you transition, right? How do you transition? Forgive me if I keep licking my teeth, because I'm not wasting this video, and I'm not gonna have to do.
Okay.
So it's lipstick. So if they see it, I really don't, it's okay.
Stephanie, you look amazing. You look amazing. And you're rocking your black and missing
Yes.
shirts. Love it.
Natalie will fill you in on your needs after, because that I can definitely do. So tell me about this 5K run that I registered for, and I'm so excited about it. Like I'm walking, I'm trying to get on a plane now just so I can walk, right? But this is exciting, and again, I registered because it's the cause for me, so I registered. So tell us a little about the 5K walk run.
So we're excited that we are able, in light of the pandemic, we're able to have our 5K run walk again this year on May 21st at the National Harbor. This is a huge event for us every year that we look forward to, that our community looks forward to. And it's an opportunity for us to rally around these families, to support those that have missing loved ones. It's also an opportunity for those families to see other family members that we've helped over the years, and it continues to bring about hope for them. So it's a family fun event for everyone to come out, celebrate, those accomplishments, and also give hope to those families that are still searching, because we're not going to give up on them, and we're not going to allow them to give up. So this is a community effort. Bring the entire family out there, to the National Harbor. And if you're unable to attend in person, we do have the satellite race as well that you can register for. So we just encourage everyone to come out.
Mm-hmm. Natalie, is there anything you want to add to that? Are you guys going to walk, run?
We will try. We will be
yes.
more than likely, but again, we need community support.
Yes.
And, thank you, Stephanie, you'll be flying in from Florida, but if you can't make it, you can start a walk within your community, because we are also having the satellite walks. So go to hwb5k.com and register today. As a matter of fact, early registration ends on the 31st, March 31st. So get out there, register, and help support us and these families.
Can you give that website?
And let me just correct it. It's hwb5k.org. So just
because I was just
at the end. Yes.
That's awesome, and I'm so glad you guys are never going to give up on these families. It is an opportunity for families to meet families, so they have that extra support, So that's an awesome thing. So tell me, DERRICA, what's next for Black and Missing Foundation? I know you guys have so much going on. What's next? What's on the agenda next for the Black and Missing Foundation?
Well, I know Natalie is going to chime in as well on this, but what's next is for us to be able to bring about change, implement change with our local and our federal leaders. We know what the issues are, so now we need to change the narrative. For example, we need to get rid of that classification of runaway. They're missing, and that's one of our fights. We also need to look at the reporting structure across the country with law enforcement. Some require you to wait 24 hours before you can file a missing persons report, when we all know the first 24 to 48 hours are the most critical moments. And having those laws, because at this point, we need these cases to be addressed properly. And again, dedicating those resources across the board to law enforcement, so they can be able to do their job in finding our missing. We want the same amount of resources that's dedicated for those homicide divisions to be dedicated to missing person, victims of violent crimes, or just going missing in general, because we do understand that missing persons is not viewed as a priority with law enforcement. And lastly, we hope that it will bring about change with training. We need enhanced training for law enforcement in these cases for missing persons. So those are some of the hot agenda items from a law enforcement perspective that we're working on.
We also want to start satellite offices. We know the hot spots, for instance, Baltimore. There's some cities in Florida, Chicago, Atlanta. We're seeing an uptick in cases from those areas. So we want to have boots on the ground. We want to have a satellite office offices in those locations to help families. And of course, to continue media partnerships, because we need awareness. We need the community to know who's missing so that they can be vigilant in searching for them, and also, educating our community about personal safety. And at some point, we hope to also, have chapters in the Caribbean where we're seeing a large number of people going missing as well.
Yes, yes, and we did touch on that the other day when we spoke. It's brutal. It's brutal, in the Caribbean. It's oh yeah. So I know that a great deal of your work depends on donations from your viewers, your followers, supporters. Now let's tell the viewers how they can donate to this worthy foundation. Let's let the viewers know.
So they can go to our website and at bamfi.org to help us. We do not take a salary. All of the donations that we receive go towards helping these families. We both have full-time jobs. So, we have that luxury of not taking any money from the organization. But we need the community to help.
Correct.
We need to scale up. Think about how many more people we can bring home. We have been able to provide closure to close to 400 missing persons cases. Well, if we can scale up and hire more people, we can bring home so many more. So if the community can support financially, it would be a great help.
Okay. Can we get that website again?
Sure. It's bamfi.org.
Great, and I'll be putting it on my website, so you guys gotta, tune in, okay? As one of my favorite singers says, pull up, okay?
There you go.
Pull up.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So, DERRICA, is there anything else you want to add to the donations and sponsors and and stuff like that?
I just want to say thank you again. As Natalie stated, you are using your platform to help us find us, to spread the message. The message is too important for our community not to be aware of what's happening in our community. And certainly encourage all of your viewers, your listeners, to go to our website, see who's missing in your community. And if you see something, know something, say something. Let's end this nightmare for these families, because there's nothing worse than the unknown, not knowing if they're hungry, if they're cold, if they're being mistreated, if they're going to walk through the front door again. So it's all of our responsibility, law enforcement, the media, and the community. And I would like to add that Natalie, I'm sure she's going to talk about our fellowship that we have, but we're also going to be launching our scholarship, the Phyllis Yolanda Henderson Memorial Fund Scholarship for high school graduating seniors and undergraduates that are pursuing careers in law enforcement. Okay. Because representation really matters, and we need those change agents to be the champion of change within the police departments on how these cases are handled.
Yes, you guys are doing really great things. Tell me, Natalie, about that fellowship.
Absolutely. So one of the challenges that we face is making sure that the gatekeepers for the media outlets are telling our stories. So we need diversity in the newsroom. We're offering 2 HBCU students a fellowship, and it's a paid fellowship, $5,000
wow.
person. It's an 8-week fellowship where you get to work with us on social media, writing press releases, anything communications related. So again, go to our website. The application deadline is also March 31st. So please apply. It's a great opportunity to learn and honing on your craft and communications and to make a difference.
That is, you ladies, come on. You ladies, how do you maintain a full-time job with such a full plate? This has to be, challenging at times, right?
It's challenging. I'm not gonna lie, Stephanie, and I'm from the South, and when I need a moment, or when I just feel like I just need more, I turn to my gospel music. It really ministers to my heart and to my soul. I cry it out, and then I'm ready to get going again. It is challenging, and I can speak for myself. At some point, I'm gonna have to make a decision. Because this right here is what I'm passionate about. This is the purpose and the calling. And the more exposure we get, the more we see families around this country needing help. And again, as Natalie stated, we want to be in a position to build our team so we can hire more and have more boots on the ground, because we can't do this alone.
Of course, of course, of course. Natalie?
It is challenging, but again, we have to keep going. These
Yeah.
families depend on us. We are their last resort. They don't know, what else to do. And think about it, we're meeting them at the worst point in their life. And we can't give up on them. We're walking alongside them, helping them along the way. It's really challenging to get media coverage and law enforcement assistance. And we have been able to make inroads and bring about change. So we have to keep going, even though, we're knocked down at times, doors are slammed in our face, we get the no's, but we got to keep going because we have to look at the bigger picture in all of this.
Yes, you're absolutely right. But I must say, if you guys ever feel that the struggle is so real at times, I will open my doors to you ladies in Florida, okay? We can put our stuff on the beach with a Carib, okay?
Listen, I'm on the next flight out, Stephanie.
Yeah.
You can't be saying that. I'll be on a plane knocking at your door this afternoon.
Let's do this. Sometimes you just want to unwind. Yeah. Go ahead, Natalie.
And some good food.
And some good food. Oh my God. DERRICA, I hope you're ready for this, DERRICA. I hope you're ready for this.
Oh, I'm ready. I'm ready.
So ladies, again, I do want to thank you. And I know it's about time for us to wrap this up. The fact that you gave me this time, I am truly honored. I am really honored because I know your schedule is packed. I don't want to slow you down. I thank you again. This is melaninpower.org, the platform to share your story. For those of you who missed the broadcast, I will be posting it on my site and on social media platform. This is Stephanie at Melanin Power. Thank you, ladies, so much. Thank you, ladies, so much. And again, speak to Natalie about, because I don't want the whole world texting me and telling me they want t-shirts. So you know what? Speak to Natalie about, okay, Natalie, you talk to her about it.
Yeah, I will, but go to our website. You can order the shirts and Stephanie will talk offline.
All right. Okay, good. Good. Yes. Awesome. Thank you so much. Have a bountifully blessed and fruitful and productive day. I thank you from the bottom of my heart, and we will talk soon again. Okay? Be blessed.
Yes. Thank you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.